Today, we're finally doing it. Finally gonna bake something with these coconut chocolate chips that I had taste tested a little while ago. Now I thought the perfect thing that we could bake with it would be some cookies, using these instead of chocolate chips. So let's get to it. First ingredient, flour, 1.5 cups of flour. I will put the recipe for this in a link below, just in case anyone's wondering. I know it's maybe sometimes hard to go by the video, or if it's easier for you to read than watch the video while baking. I know some people vary in what they do or with what they like, which is fine. Okay, so like I said, 1.5 cups of flour. Okay, 1.5 cups of flour. Next ingredient, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. One teaspoon of baking soda. Next is 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I got these fancy jars of brown sugar. I mean, I bought a package and put it in this jar. Very fancy. Okay. Half a cup of brown sugar. 6 tablespoons of white sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tablespoons of white sugar. We're getting there. Next, we need 1 egg. I'm pretty awful at cracking these. I've seen children crack them better than me, so let's give it a shot. Oh boy. Minor casualty of shrapnel today. I can do it without getting the egg in there. I can do it without getting the shell in there. I think it's because you're watching. Made me nervous. Who knows? Okay, next we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I bake a lot, so I got me a big bottle here, but I know when I was growing up, we didn't bake as much as my house growing up, maybe some muffins here and there, so we always had like little tiny bottles, which would last us a while, because I mean, if you're not baking a lot, but I bake a lot. I always like some snacks, plus I find baking relaxing. I find it nice, you get the baking set up, put it in the oven, maybe do some other chores while it bakes, and then once you're done, your baking is done, you have a treat, almost like a reward for doing your chores, which I find nice. Okay, so 1 teaspoon. Okay, now we need 1/2 cup of butter or margarine. My butter's in the fridge right now, so it's hard and I don't want to take the time to warm it, so I'm going to use margarine just because the consistency is easier to mix when it is cold. But usually for baking, I would suggest butter. I mean, don't come at me for this, it's just my personal preference. I know JR likes that better as well, so that's what I do for us. Some people like it better with margarine. That's all, just a preference. Okay, so we got the 1/2 cup of margarine, which I will just plop right into the bowl here. Final ingredient, the coconut chips. I'm just gonna dump the rest of the bag in. The recipe does call for, I believe, 2.5 cups, which I think I have about 2 in here, so it's close enough. So let's just, yeah, it's a party now. The best thing about making this with the coconut chips is JR doesn't like coconuts, so these are all for me. We won't tell him, right? No, we gotta tell him. Otherwise, he'll eat one. Okay, time to mix them up. Personally, I find mixing cookie dough better when you use your hands. It gets more thoroughly mixed. Maybe if I had an electric mixer, like a KitchenAid standing mixer, it would be easier with that, but I don't. I just have little hand beaters. Not that that's bad, that's just how it is. Oh, they are crunchy. For any of you worried about JR, I'll likely make him just some cookie dough to eat later. He prefers just the dough to the cookies. Not that he doesn't like cookies. Who doesn't like a good thing of dough? My cookie sheet here lined with the aluminum foil. Just a note, my pan is very small because I make these in the toaster oven. A small batch, so I don't find the need to put on the normal oven. I should also note you should have your oven on for 350 to preheat. And these cookies take about 12 minutes to bake, depending on if you want them more crunchy or chewy. For chewy, you would do about 10 minutes. For crunchy, it would be 12. Not really crunchy, crispy. You all know the baking terms. Okay, so got my dough balls here, so I'm gonna put them in the oven for about 12 minutes and we'll check back with you later. Cookies are out of the oven and they look pretty good. I can't wait to try them, but you should never eat them really out of the oven fresh because you will burn yourself. I do not like burning myself. No kinky stuff. The time has passed, so I will try the cookie. It looks very good. That is a good use of those coconut chips. I will definitely be enjoying these in my lunch today. Well, I hope you guys like them too. See you later. Just a little update. I brought the cookies to work with me. Since there were many, I think I'd be able to eat them all by myself, or maybe shouldn't eat a whole batch of cookies by myself is a better way to look at it. Anyway, all of my coworkers loved them, so definitely a success. Used coconut chips in the cookies. Great way to use them. Thanks, and I hope you enjoy.